Hold on one moment. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us is a very, very special guest on behalf of SCJR Educational Initiative. We have an extraordinary guest this morning. She is the greatest talent in the proud 387-year legacy of Brooklyn, New York. She has she has the grace of Billie Holiday, Josephine Baker, and Chicago's own First Lady Michelle Obama. She has the elegance of Beyonce, Dorothy Dandridge, and Lena Horne and Sade put together. She's captured the hearts of tens of millions all over the world uh, during her first big break on MTV's Total Request Live. Afterward, she fought her way to the top en route towards having a Hall of Fame career as an actress, humanitarian, business entrepreneur, producer, and New York best-selling author. Please give a huge South Side of Chicago welcome to the legendary real-life version of Wonder Woman, Lala Anthony.
Oh, that was so sweet. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. That was really sweet. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And to best be as time efficient and time economic as possible, because I know you have a busy schedule today. We'll jump straight into Q&A. First of all, I want to acknowledge our special guest from Thornwood High School, William W. Carter School of Excellence, John W. Cook Elementary School. We see you, Principal Estes. Tracy Pennywell, CEO of HBCU Heroes, is on the call. And we also have HBCU students representing Howard, Hampton, Morgan State University, Grambling, and Clark Atlanta, as well as having Miss Chicago 2020, Monica Nia Jones, in the house as well.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah, so we will. Well, first of all, you are so beloved here in Chicago. You've been to Chicago plenty of times, obviously, filming Chirac, The Shy, just to name a few of the many projects over the years. What is your favorite thing to do in Chicago?
Eat. That's the problem. Eat. Eat. Heralds and everything else. That's the problem. But I do love Chicago. I'm there a lot. I was just there last week. I'm coming back in a couple days because we are filming season 4 of The Shy right now. So look out for me because we film a lot just outside. We do a lot of filming in the neighborhoods and stuff like that. So it's been really fun. It's also cold, but we make it
Yeah,
work.
yeah, definitely, definitely. I'm going to pass the microphone to Kayla Sullers. She is an honor roll HBCU student
Hi,
at
Kayla.
the Grambling State University. Take it away, Kayla.
Hi, my name is Kayla Sellers. I'll piggyback off that. I am a student at Grambling State University studying mass communication. My focus area is filmmaking, so I've worked in that same scenario with the Cinespace Studios that
Oh,
you're
cool.
at. So it's
We do
pretty
a
cool. So the first question I just wanted to get into is just like your journey. I want to have you bring it all the way back to your very start. So can you just reflect on your first big break when you were just 15 years old, doing your co-host of the Future Flavors with Ludacris? Like, can you just tell us about your experience and how that was?
So I started as an intern when I was 16 years old and started interning in Atlanta. I had moved there for high school and I knew I loved music. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I just loved music and I wanted to be around music any way I can. So the radio station was having an internship program. And I lied and said I was older than I was just to get in. And then I started interning and from there I got a break to actually be on the radio with Ludacris. And we did that for a while. And then when he went off to pursue his rap career, I moved to LA and I was on the radio there for a little while. And then I got my job.
Hold on one second. Everybody that's on the call, please mute. Please mute.
So then I went to I got the call to work on MTV TRL and I did that. But it's just so funny when people say like, I grew up watching you on MTV, and I'm like, maybe people don't realize I was a teenager myself when I was on MTV, probably 19, just turning 20 years old when I started doing TRL. So I grew up on TRL as well as people that were watching me.
So my next question is, what advice would you give students in your position, just when it comes to the importance of tackling competitive roles in television and film?
I mean, it's definitely very competitive. You have to prepare, you have to be ready when these opportunities come. You got to knock them out the park. You know, a lot of times we stay wanting an opportunity, and then when we finally get it, we're not prepared for it. So preparation is key. And that's why I'm really fans of like internship programs, or just getting into whatever you want to do so you can see it hands on. Like, it's great to go to college, it's great to be in school, and I'm not saying anything about that, but there's nothing like that hands on experience of just watching. And sometimes that means working for free. When I was interning, I didn't get paid. I had a bunch of other jobs that I made money off of, but when I was actually trying to learn my craft, I wasn't getting paid for that. And sometimes it was just sitting back and observing and just not saying much, just learning from watching and being in that environment. I think that's really important.
Mm.
Thank you for that.
Of course.
Thank you, Kayla. Go Tigers over there. Sierra Evans, honor roll HBCU student at Morgan State University. The
Sarah.
mic is yours.
Hello. Oh goodness, you said my name. That was just the coolest thing. That's
My
the day today.
best friend's name is Sierra, so I say that name about 100 times a day.
Well, there you go. It is a beautiful name and a beautiful spelling, which I'm pretty sure your best friend has the same as well.
He does.
Okay, but back to it. Like you said, I am Sierra J. Evans. I really, really wanted to touch and like on how you talked about the internship was the best experience. I'm actually the script supervisor of an upcoming film right now, and I got to work with Bart. So that's pretty cool that you're working on The Shy. But it is all free. And at first I was, like, why? And then after I got to experience it, I definitely understood the purpose. But to speak or to help with the students, how should a high school or college student prepare for an audition and stay prepared during the COVID-19 pandemic? Excuse me.
Well, there's a lot of virtual online acting classes that you can take. A lot of times you can go to YouTube and look up some acting coaches that you might have heard about and watch some of their classes online. Even still to this day, like, I'm always in acting class, even if it's virtual. I'm always looking at acting classes online, just to try to pick up new tips or new ways. So you never stop learning. Acting isn't a thing where you get to a point where you're like, oh, I got it all figured out, because every role is a different character, it's a different emotion, it's a different journey. So every character is like starting all over again. So definitely during COVID, now's the time to stack up on virtual classes, stack up on YouTube and looking at different people who have classes and like kind of inserting yourself in the class virtually. I think it's a great time to do that now that we have the time to do that.
For sure. And YouTube is best for like anything and everything. So it's crazy that you say that even with acting.
There's some really great acting classes online on YouTube that you can watch and just feel like you're a part of and take notes, and then go practice, recording yourself doing like a monologue or something, and take some of the tips you learned from the classes, and then look online for real classes that are happening in real time that you can get into. It's obviously not the same as being in front of someone or in a class, but look what we're doing now. This is just what's happening in the world now, so we got to make it work.
Most definitely. Okay, and what is a typical day of Lala Anthony like? Besides talking to Sierra.
Yes, I've been very tired lately. I've been working really, really hard, but I just understand, you don't ask for it and then complain when you get it. It's part of the journey, and not sleeping is part of my journey lately. But a lot of traveling. I'm bouncing between Atlanta, where I'm filming BMF with 50, to Chicago, where I'm filming The Shy, and New York, where I live. So a lot of traveling, a lot of reading scripts, a lot of preparing for, whatever the scenes are for that day. A lot of appearances like this virtually, a lot of meetings, a lot of Zooms. Everything is another Zoom and another Zoom. So you just kind of get used to that. So the days are pretty packed and pretty crazy, but I'm used to it and I would have it no other way. And then obviously my main job is I'm a mom to Cayenne. So I'm doing that more than anything else. So it's been hectic, but it's definitely a good time to be busy, and blessed to be busy, because in COVID, a lot of people are trying to figure out what they're doing. So to have so many opportunities to actually be working and still doing what I love is just something that, I'm very grateful for.
Blessed to be busy. I'm gonna walk away with that one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for speaking with me.
Of course,
Pass
Sierra.
the mic back to Mr. Coleman.
Yeah. Miss Chicago 2020, Monica Nia Jones has a couple of critically acclaimed questions ready to ask you. Take it away, Miss Chicago.
Hi, so like Stanley said, my name is Monica Nia Jones. So I know that you are a quadruple threat. You're in TV, you are on the big screen, you mentor girls, you produce, you direct, and you're also a New York bestselling author on top of that. So with all the things that you do, what would you say is your favorite, or what would you say brings you the most joy?
Definitely acting and producing. The great thing about producing is you can pick projects that are important to you and help bring them to television or to the big screen. So you can identify projects that you're like, this really translates with me and I want the world to see this. So 50 and I are producing a couple things together. Issa Rae and I just announced we're producing a feature film together. So producing is really great from that aspect. And there's nothing I love more than acting and being on set. So season 4 of The Shy we're filming right now, and it's just really fun to be in Chicago, where all of you guys are at or from, and just really get the energy of the city of Chicago and just be out there no matter how cold it is, and just get out there and film. That's what I enjoy doing, the most. So definitely the acting and the producing.
Okay, that's good. It's so good to know that like you have so many different avenues that you can go down. So when one area if you're not focusing on that at the moment, you can go into producing or directing. So you have a lot of good things. And I know I can speak from experience. I'm a dancer and a violinist, so it's always good to have different options.
Also, it's good to not allow people to put you in a box. For so long, people would tell me like, okay, you're on MTV, that's all you're gonna do. Once you're done being a VJ, that's it. Nobody does anything after MTV. Or when I was on the radio, once you're done with the radio, that's it. And it's like, why can't we do multiple things and actually be really great at it? Who made this rule that says you can only do one thing? That's not even true. So when you're an entrepreneur, you do everything and you can be great at everything. So that's just a message to everyone here today. Like, don't fall into that getting put in a box mentality. Like, oh, well, that's all you can focus on. You can focus on numerous things. Why do we all just have to like or enjoy only one thing? That's not realistic.
Yeah, no, I definitely love that, like not letting people put you in a box. I feel like that's something I've dealt with a lot. But moving on to my next question, do you have any special coping mechanisms that you used when dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, and what were they?
Um, faith, prayer, slowing down, taking it all in. It's emotional up and down for everyone. There's not anyone out there who isn't going through it at different times, but it's just about how you deal with it. And I think it's important that when you feel like it's taking a toll on you mentally, that you do talk to somebody or, just get it out, because this is not what's happening to us is not normal. Like, this is not normal times. We're not just supposed to just snap our fingers and adapt to this new way and be totally fine with it. Like, even this now, I would love to be in front of you all and talking. Like, this is just the times right now. So to act like you're supposed to just breeze through that with no problem is not realistic. So for me, definitely prayer, definitely, just stopping when I'm having a bad day and saying, this is part of the journey. Like, every day is not going to be a good day, but you can get through this, and kind of just walking myself through those steps, talking to a friend, talking to my mom or family member to say, hey, today's like a really effed up day. Like, what's going on here? Give me some words of encouragement. Give me what I need. We can't be afraid to reach out to people that care about us when we need that extra push, especially, during these times.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Because as we all know, like we're like a year now into COVID, and it's still an adjustment for us. I think definitely like taking those times and counting our blessings and really inhaling and exhaling and praying is definitely something that I think is kind of keep us all afloat.
I agree with that completely.
So yeah. So with that, I'm going to take it back to Mr. Coleman.
Thank you, Monica.
Hey, thank you, Miss Chicago 2020. Janet and Jennifer Martin, CEOs of the Best Girls Mentoring Foundation in the City of Chicago Beauty and Brains organization, has a business question they want to ask you.
Of course.
Hi,
Hi,
so
thank you,
nice to meet
Stanley.
you. Yes, thank you, Stanley. So like Stanley said, just to tell you a little bit about us, I'm Janet and this is my sister Jennifer, and we're the founders of Beauty and Brains. And basically we're a nonprofit in Chicago that focuses on providing educational resources, scholarships, and networking opportunities to young Black women as they go through high school, college, graduate school, and onto their professional careers. And so our question.
Exactly. So Scjr is actually one of our ambassadors. Do a lot of just empowerment and, helping girls, reach their full potential by embracing their full selves. And so, we're young CEOs of this not-for-profit that we started, and we know that you're also a successful entrepreneur. So we wanted to know any advice you could share for young girls for the business world or in entrepreneurship.
Well, you guys are already doing it, which is amazing, to be this young and have this organization and be able to help people. To me, that's the biggest blessing. Like, we don't get in these positions to not give back and help. So to be able to help Sierra and other girls like her, really fulfill their full potential is amazing. And I would just say, keep going. Everyone's going to give you every reason why it's not going to work, why, it's not a good idea, why there's hundreds of organizations that do that. What makes yours so different? Find your lane and just, work hard and really carve a niche out for yourself. Whatever it is that you're passionate about within that organization, whether it's helping young Black women, you do that, you do it to your best ability, and that hard work will definitely shine through. But I'm definitely impressed by what you're doing. That's amazing. It makes me feel so good for you both to be so young and just be so willing to help and give back. That's an amazing thing. So keep it up. It's a beautiful thing that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we appreciate that.
Of course.
No, thank you. Kennedy Mitchum is a recent graduate of Drake University and is a trailblazer. Last summer, made global news by single-handedly forcing Merriam-Webster Dictionary to change their 189-year definition of racism. Ms. Mitchum, are you there?
Okay, Kiara. Miss Neris didn't. She didn't.
Oh, can you mute? Can you mute?
Again,
Can you
so
mute?
just
Can you
sit
mute?
right here and just wait. I don't know. You probably won't be able to get in because she put it in here. Okay.
Kennedy, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Hi,
Hi
Kennedy.
there. Hi. It's nice to
You
virtually
changed
meet
the whole dictionary. That is wow. That's amazing. That's pretty amazing.
Yes, thank you. And I'm a big fan of you as well. So it's very cool it's very nice to meet you. I just wanted to kind of just ask you more about, how you stay motivated during these times. Like, I think right now it's really tough to kind of focus on your goals and focus on what you want to accomplish when there's so much happening in the social justice space. There's so much happening, in the work environment. And we're living in a lot of very different times. So what's something that you do to just stay motivated to accomplish your goals even during tough times?
The thing is, first, for me, it's acknowledging that it is hard. See, people want to be like, no, I'm good. Like, no, it's hard. It's a hard time right now. And I think the first step is acknowledging like it's hard right now and then figuring out how you get past that. So for me, it's staying busy and finding other interests. Sometimes I'm burnt out thinking about like acting or producing. So I might go online and just look at something that's off the wall that might interest me. Like, oh, one day I had an interest in something else. Let me look up stuff like that just to kind of break it up and maybe find some other interests that I can get into during this time. Definitely finding small groups of friends to hang out with or do Zooms. Like yesterday, I hit two of my cousins. I'm like, can we get on a Zoom today? And we just talked shit the whole time. And it was just fun to just, unplug from thinking about work and scripts and acting and just get on here and just talk. So everyone has to find what that outlet is for them, and do that. What maybe it's working out at home, doing some exercising, could be meditating, whatever it is that takes you to a different place and just clears your head. You have to find that, because nothing about this, again, is normal. This is not how the world's supposed to be. So for us to just act like, no, I'm good. Every day I feel good. Like that's just not realistic. There are days where I'm like, what's wrong with me? I just don't feel like myself. And I have to acknowledge that and understand it's because the world is not itself right now. So it's okay to have those ups and downs, but it's what you do with them, and how you channel that energy into something else that really matters. And like I keep emphasizing, if you get to a point where it's just really feeling too heavy and really like bogging you down, you got to talk to somebody, you got to reach out, and don't feel ashamed or embarrassed. Like, this is hard for everyone.
Very much so. Self-care is really important. But yeah, thank you. And I'll give it back to Stanley. Nice talking to you as well.
We only have about a minute and a half left, unfortunately, but we wanted to, on behalf of all of our Chicago high school, elementary participating schools, and all of our HBCU institutions that's participating in the call today, we want to present you Mrs. Anthony with our Chicago High School Honorary Teacher for the Day Award.
Oh, wow. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. And I am in Chicago a lot, so I would love to continue doing stuff with all of you guys and have more questions and more time. Like, this made my entire day today. I work so much. So just to be able to just talk and have these kind of interactions is so awesome and so cool. So I thank you all for taking the time to talk to me, and I hope we can do this again. And like I said, I'm in Chicago a lot, so let's figure out a way where we can, do something together and have a good time. So thank you so much. This really, really made my whole day today. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And in addition to the Chicago High School Honorary Teacher for the Day plaque, we have some fashion swag for you as well.
Oh, okay.
We run a we run a robust after school fashion runaway program. We're working on our 8th fashion runaway show via Zoom, going back to last June. So we know you love fashion runaway, so we got some fashion swag over at SCJR.
Send me some stuff. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll be checking out your season on the Shy coming up. Thank you so very much.